Yes, we are back in my kitchen, and that's good because today we're learning all about Pancake Day. But what exactly is Pancake Day? Pancake Day is basically a day when we eat pancakes. It always falls on a Tuesday and was originally called Shrove Tuesday. Some people still do call it Shrove Tuesday. It comes before Ash Wednesday. Now the date each year changes, but it will always come 47 days before Easter. It all stems from Christian traditions. Originally known as Shrove Tuesday, that name comes from the word shrive, which means to take absolution for your sins by doing penance. And what does that mean? Well, basically, around this time of year, you would be called to give confession. Please forgive me, I've done terrible things. Then, once you've confessed, you are given absolution, which means that you are basically forgiven. You're let off. But you do have to do penance, and penance is where you punish yourself. You give yourself punishment. And the punishment is what is known as Lent. This is 40 days of fasting. So before the penance begins, before Lent takes place, the best thing to do is to get rid of all the naughty, fatty foods from the cupboard. Clear out the cupboards and the fridge so you can do your penance without being tempted. And that's where Shrove Tuesday, Pancake Day, comes into play. So your pancakes are basically a way to get rid of things like butter, eggs, milk, sugar, all the nice, rich, sweet and fatty foods. And here's something I only learned today. In America, Pancake Day is called Mardi Gras, which is French for Fat Tuesday. So enough about the history. What do we need to make a pancake? We need 200 grams of plain flour, 350 to 400 milliliters of milk, or you can do half milk and half water for a lighter pancake. You need 2 large eggs, which will be lightly whisked, 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, and then you can add a pinch of salt. And you'll also need vegetable oil for frying. Okay, I'm ready to start cooking. My ingredients are ready and the first thing I need is my flour. Now, we're supposed to put the flour in a bowl and make a well in the middle of the bowl. So basically you just make a hole in the middle of the flour, like that. Then we pour in the milk. Da, da, da. Oops, it's overflowing. Oh dear, maybe I'm putting too much milk. Okay, anyway, and then the eggs. Blub, 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 blub. Then I take my whisk and I'm going to try to mix the egg and milk together first by doing little stirs, and then I'll make it bigger to try and incorporate the flour. Oh, this is gonna get messy, I can feel it. Da, da, da. I think I need a bigger bowl. Bigger bowl! Right, let's do this properly. Ah. And we keep mixing until we have a smooth batter. Now we add our tablespoon of oil. Then you take a crepe pan, or an omelette pan is what I'm going to use. Just a small frying type pan with a non-stick bottom. You're going to take a tissue, dip it into the oil, kitchen roll ideally, and then wipe the oil onto the base of the pan. Then we're going to heat the pan over a medium heat for 1 minute. It's all going wrong. I've managed to drop the whisk and cover myself in batter. This is why you should have an apron. Oh, definitely add that to my shopping list. We're ready! Okay, so then we get a ladle. I'm going to ladle it into the pan. just make sure you've got a nice even spread. Oh, I haven't made these for such a long time. Please keep your fingers crossed that I don't make a complete mess of this while I'm showing it to everyone. Ah! Okay, so you're only supposed to cook for around 30 to 40 seconds, but it looks like my pan wasn't hot enough, we'll see. Now to check the underneath side of the pancake, you need like a palette knife, I think it's called, which is long and flat. I don't seem to have one. I'm ill-equipped, but I do have a spatula and a rubber type spatula scraper thing. So I'm gonna try and use one of these. Yes. I can't get it up. So I'm using a wooden like thing just to loosen it off the bottom. And once it's loose, hopefully I'm not going to tear the whole thing. Once it's loose, I can flip it. Okay, so now it's loose. Now comes the really exciting part, which is the pancake flip. So to get it onto its other side, you have to flip it. Now, I've not flipped a pancake for a long time, so let's hope this goes well. You get it nice and loose to the edge of the pan. Hey! Yes, I'm so glad that stayed together. I've done this once before and the pancake burst apart and pancake went everywhere. Okay, so now you cook the other side for about 30 to 40 seconds. I honestly think my pan is a little bit, it's not hot enough, is what I want to say. So I'm just going to turn the heat up and keep cooking. Now there are many ways to enjoy a pancake, but what you have to ask yourself, the most important question is, are you sweet or are you savoury? If you like to have a sweet pancake, then one of the most common things to do is to add sugar and lemon. I've literally just bought some from Sainsbury's. They're not sponsoring me, by the way. Probably they should. So caster sugar, and I've bought lemon juice, but you can just buy fresh lemons and squeeze on fresh lemons if you like. I got this because it lasts a bit longer. Some people will opt for chocolate spread and chopped banana. That is delicious. I have the trusty old jar of Nutella, and I luckily just bought some bananas. Nutella aren't sponsoring me either, unfortunately. Can you imagine the vats of Nutella they would send me for free? Yay! It's getting a bit of colour now, so I would brown it off on both sides, then serve it up. If you opt for savoury, then you can add cheese, ham, tomato, anything you like really. The whole point of pancakes is to just use up what you've got in the house, in the fridge and in the cupboards. Right, I'm ready for that pancake. Now, if you want to make pancakes for yourself at home, then you might be interested in the notes that I wrote for this lesson. It will give you the background that I talked about, as well as the ingredients and the method of how to make a good pancake. And these are available for free to download from my website. The link will be down in the description box below. Okay, enjoy your pancakes. Oh, and before you go, don't forget to share. Not your pancakes, of course, you can eat them all to yourself, but share this video if you think it's interesting enough. And do give it a thumb up, as well as hitting that subscribe button. All right, I'm hungry. I'll see you later.